it's a good doubleheader. It's always great to have that kind of competition here at our park. First game was, there was some good intense moments and thought we had some good battle, and then, floodgates came open us in the first couple innings of the second game, but fought, put some runs back on the board and not good run rules. So there's little things that mark, some progress for us, but definitely have to get better, and that's why we play these games, and that's why no trophies were handed out today.
Did you feel like there was some carryover from the way the first game ended to how you guys began the second game?
No, I think, just kind of couldn't find the zone, and then all of a sudden, Ash is in there, and it's kind of tough, when balls are put in play and runs are scored, so then we're just in a hole, and then at that point, you're trying to lick your wounds a little bit and get back into it, and so I think that's the lesson that we just talked about there. The game wasn't over, and we got to be out better at pitch by pitch, getting back into it, so no, yeah, it's they're a good ball club, and that's why they're a pretty stacked postseason team, and we just need to figure out how to get better as a team.
You mentioned lessons. This entire weekend you had a run rule, you had a comeback, you had extra innings, and then today, just what kind of lessons does this team learn from this weekend?
Yeah, I think this weekend is, like we talked about, it's just a little bit of a postseason feel. You're always going to have a really good mid-major team, and I think Southeastern was that. They were just scrappy and stuck to their ways, and so they tested us for sure, and then you're going to face an SEC team, and that's just how it is, So if you're lucky enough to get a national bid, which is what we want, you're going to be in those situations. So mentally and emotionally, you have to be into it, and then you've got to get the ability to lock in. We had a lot of opportunities to run runners on bases early there to lock in on some swings that we didn't do, and if we do a good job of learning from that, we'll be a better ball club in the end for that.
What sort of improvements are you guys looking to see next weekend in the Dugout Club Classic?
Yeah, well, I would say just, probably some good patience at the plate, which, we've shown, and this is why it's early right now. So, can we connect a little bit better, passing the bat kind of mindset. Pitching, we need to make sure that we can't free bases isn't the thing that we need to do, especially in teams like that. So I think the walks, we're trying to figure out a little bit of the pitching rotation too on that side. So sometimes kind of hard in tournaments because you're playing 5 games, and so it's a little different than a 3-game series. But by getting different looks and getting after it. So I like our leadership. I like where our team's at right now. I just I think that we need to continue to grow and address things as they come up. And so today that was mental toughness for me today. The ability to be in those at-bats when we had runners on, and force them versus us, swinging ourselves out of it.
Julia had the 5 walks in the first game. Ken obviously had that stretch to start the second inning.
Yeah.
When walks start piling up, is it tough for a pitcher to flush what just happened with the previous batter and move on to the next?
Yeah, the mental game of the game itself, but pitching is always tough. It's the pressure of it, out there. I think sometimes too, trying to find the strike zone. But the reality is that's what we do. That's our job, pitching, So we've got to be able to kind of relax. And, again, I think as juniors, you should have a little bit better grip of getting after that, where maybe Jazzy's kind of going through that and trying to understand that a little bit. But we definitely can be better, and that goes into now our bullpens the next couple weeks of like, what could we do when we get to 2-0 versus wait until we walk people and then trying to make a pitch. And so that's just me, got to be better for them as a pitching coach and trying to figure that out.
What were your thoughts on the improvements you saw as it's like a 10-0 ball game? You guys ripped out 4 in the 5th inning to keep the game going.
Yeah, no, one, to not get run rolled, you're playing for a little bit of pride, right, to go 7. I'm sure the press box was like, what's going on, but I'm just kidding. Playing for pride, I think that's awesome. Some different people got different opportunities in there. Shelby comes in off the bench, gets a swing. Bueno's been really good defensively, now earning some swings, and so gives people some chances to do some things, and they took it and ran with it. And, Mimi's been scratching and clawing for us in the circle here and there, and she's getting a lot better. So, I think that a lot of times fans may not notice some people that are in their growth moments, and we had a lot of growth moments there for some young ones that will be better for us in the end. So, yeah, so getting into the 7th inning, but also people coming in and doing their job is pretty awesome too.